Today I'm going to show you how I make aguachile, and here I am playing with the cucumber ends. The first step is going to be your base. You're going to use one full bag of this seafood mix that I got at Aldi, and then you're going to use 1 pound or half the bag of this raw peeled shrimp, and it's okay to have them raw. You do want it to be thawed, of course. You're gonna put it in this baking pan, cover it with the juice of 10 limes, and then make sure you use saran wrap and put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. I did it for about an hour. So then we're gonna get started on making the chile verde juice. You don't need a big blender. You can use this size cup. Save yourself the hassle of washing a lot of dishes. So you can use garlic that is fresh, or you can use garlic that comes in a bag. Here I'm going to show you the garlic that we have as an option that I kind of wish that I had used. I got it at Aldi too. It's like $2. I couldn't decide, but I did end up doing the fresh garlic, and it took a long time to get it out of its little peel. And if you have any kids at home and or husbands that want to contribute, they can give you a little plastic shrimp to throw in. So after a couple of hours, I got my garlic out, and I'm going to use 2 cloves, toss them in the blender, and then we're going to get to peeling our cucumber. If you don't have a peeler, it's really inexpensive. They're like $4. I got this one on sale for like $2, but I was kind of upset because then when I went back to the store a couple days later, it was on sale even cheaper. It was like $1. You're going to peel all your cucumbers, and it's going to take a while. So go ahead and speed run this. Okay, so after we peel them, we're gonna slice them in half, and we're gonna reserve a half of a cucumber for our sauce. That one, you don't have to worry about the seeds. You can just toss it in there with the seeds. But for the other cucumbers, you are gonna remove the seeds, and you'll just take a middle spoon and just dig it out. So here we are tossing the cucumber in there, and we're gonna throw some lime juice from our little critter baking pan, and we are gonna end up adding more juice afterwards. Here's 3 serrano peppers that I added. If you don't like your stuff to be too spicy, don't put as many. But we love a spicy, salty food in this house. So I did 3. You're going to slice them up really good so that they all fit into that little cup. And take 1 bunch or 1 bundle of cilantro. Shove it in there. And then you're going to do 2 jalapeños. Jalapeños are not very spicy, so you don't have to worry about like the seeds and stuff. Just chop it up. And then go ahead and shove that into your little cup. Some salt to season, which you're going to see me add a ton of salt in all of my cooking videos. And then I came back and added some more juice. So that was about 3 ladles full. So that's about 2 cups. After it's all blended, you're gonna try it and you're gonna realize, that shit is good. Here is where we remove the seeds. We're just gonna put a little bit of pressure and scrape that shit up. I don't know how it would affect the end product if you left the seeds, but I mean, for the aesthetic, we're just gonna pull them out anyway. And then we're going to slice them into some pieces that are not too thick, because you don't want the ratio of cucumber to seafood to outweigh, you know? Girl, it's a lot to cut up. And then our cucumbers are magically back whole and they have their seeds and their peels. But you're gonna focus on the red onion here. If you don't have a mandolin, I really suggest getting one. It creates these really good fine slices. You're gonna set your setting on fine and then just scrape that bitch. Scrape it on there and be very impressed. You can add as little or as much red onion as you want. What I also do when I have red onion or red cabbage as a topping on my food is I put it in a bowl with some white vinegar and I let it sit. I also add a little bit of salt to taste and then I throw it on top. The only thing with doing this is if it's red cabbage and you let it sit for a while, it will turn your fingers red. But with the red onion, it really doesn't have too much of a red like tinge after. So just kind of mix that up and let it sit for a minute. We're gonna move on to our avocados now. And this is really just for plating. You don't want to have your avocados sitting for a long time. So don't put it on the actual dish. Not unless you're like all about to eat it right now. So I do a crosshatch using my knife and my hand, which is pretty scary if your knife is super sharp, so just be careful. Then you're gonna just flip the peel, and if your avocado is ripe and ready, it should come out really easily. If it's more ripe than that, it's probably going to like smush in your hand, but mine's pretty nice and firm, so it was a little bit easier to work with. Now we're gonna go to plating. Just take a couple of ladles and toss that shit in a bowl. So I'm just doing one bowl for my husband and my son so that they just have something to snack on before they go to the park. It is going to just get covered in some of the sauce, and then we're gonna throw some cucumbers in there. Girl, it's already looking so good. And then we're gonna put some of our red onion, and then what I did is I cracked a little bit of red pepper, black pepper on top, and threw a little bit more salt. And then I served it with some tostadas. Girl, it was looking so good. I would say it was so good, but I didn't eat it because I don't like seafood. But just know that shit was good. For the rest of the plate, we're just going to mix the remaining sauce. We're gonna start incorporating some cucumber, and then we're gonna mix all of that, and whatever is left we're going to just use as a topping so that it looks beautiful whenever your man opens the fridge. I could smell the white vinegar through this video. It smells so fucking good. So after plating, this dish will last you some days. So just don't even worry about cooking. Just put it in the fridge and let it soak up all of that chile flavor. Like literally for every day that it sits in the juice, it just gets more and more flavorful, which honestly, it's only gonna last like a day or two in the fridge because look at that